and welcome back. Picking up where I left off last time in Europa Universalis 4, where we're continuing our chill games, the Ottomans. And you can tell it's an Ottomans game, because even though it's a chill game, we already have two subjects, completely destroyed a nation, and split the remaining nation, the fourth nation, in half already. The Ottomans. We are going to want to go to war at some point in the very near future with the Byzantines. The question is, do we want to do it now? And I think the answer is still no. Although they don't have... Oh, they're allied with Circassa. Which is... Why is it not highlighting Circassa? Should be showing them up in blue. Okay, don't know why. Circassi, yeah, that should be highlighting blue, doesn't? Don't know why. So yeah, we're probably going to come after them at some point to go acquire Byzantium. We do have claims on those territories. We're not necessarily in a big rush. Got our subject here, who has a core on us, which isn't the best, but has some claims. Got the subject over here, who has some claims. No big cores, though. Then we got Dolgodir over here. So I think as far as we go in the east, the only stuff we don't have encircled is we go ahead and acquire Dolgodir. Who does Dolgodir have as a friend? They have them as a friend. Okay, so let's actually pile up. We'll go deal with Dolgodir, and then we'll calm down until we think we're ready to deal with Byzantium. Do want to raise opinion with our subjects. I think we'll leave Anda over there, a regular subject for a bit. Either Ypres I'll leave as a regular subject, because we need one regular subject to keep our Ulmer integration policy active. We are losing money, so that's something. That's one reason I'm actually not expanding the army right now, is because we're losing money. One thing I could do is we could reduce the number of forts we have. Though I think our fort network right now is pretty decent, so I don't want to do that. Although I could possibly put the forts in mothballed state. Back. Okay, I think we're in a good state. To be fair, we're not far off of a place where we could just diplo-vassalize these guys. Would that make sense to do? We get 10 from the royal marriage. Yeah, let's actually save the manpower and we'll diplo-vassalize those guys. They're small enough. Does mean I need to embed a diplomat with them to get their opinion up enough to do that. And, well, to get their opinion positive again as well. I suppose we're doing that. That would make sense. Once we got these guys in sort of passive quarters, we'll mothball the army and the navy. Save some money for the moment. Let's actually go even so far as to pull the forts for the moment. Save up some money for the proverbial war chest of the future. Wait, you're up to... Actually, well, we'll cycle over until the year ticks over, and then I'll look out Horizon for getting the Royal Marriage and the Alliance. Oh, that's tempting. Right now we got a 1 that we're paying full price for. This would be 50% off of a 2. Get us 10 prestige, which also helps, and we get us improved relations. Yeah, so we'll grab you. We'll pause quickly so the year doesn't tick over so we can get to the improved relations effect for the year tick. Mamelucan exiles, so we can take them for a bunch of bonuses. Oh, this is because we took the took this guy as well. Nice. Yeah, we don't like the Mamluks. We'll benefit of their failure. Yeah, well, I just accepted that, so too late. Take Royal Marriage with these guys, and we'll promote the other one to Islet. Yeah, so I think we only need, well, we'll need to carry a little bit of favors with those guys, but it shouldn't be too hard. Then favors with Crimea, already up to 17. If we get them up to 20, we can trade them in and complete our mission with Crimea. We're also saving up manpower because I probably want like 20,000 manpower relatively soon. And fighting and getting people killed is a very good way to deplete the manpower pool. Okay. We can now build mosques. We're not going to build mosques right away. No, we'll leave that as territory as well. Wait, we can repay all the loans. Yeah, we can repay all the loans. And then some of the diet. So those should some of the diet first, because repaying all the loans that might have been one of the things I would have asked for. You want me to make them... Okay, you want me to own one of those spots. No. You want us to go to war with them. Not the worst of choices. And recovery speed is not bad either. Yeah, actually, let's go with that one. Telling me to do a thing I should already probably do. So, that's the truce from the Varna Crusade wearing off. So in theory we could get back to war with people that were in the Varna Crusade, but we're not going to. Everyone's above 50, so we can go ahead and see some land. Take some of the worst effects off, help with our liberty desire with our subjects. We're not going to turn around and sell stuff yet. Talented judge. Yeah, let's grab that guy. Instead of getting the local effect, we can get the nationwide effect. Oh, I'll have to save some money up to swap over to this guy. This guy, half-priced Diplo Advisor. The Diplo Advisor would probably allow us to skip the curry favors phase with Belkadir here, making them a subject. Crimea will be swayed to swear vassalage to us in succession of the Crimean Khanate. And then we'll grab the Diplotech 4. And now we're waiting at least for the head of time penalty to come off of them before we can grab 5. Not going to try pronouncing that. Some castle. Provisions are clear. Constantinople must be taken. To ensure such an outcome, let us construct a castle on the European side of the Bosphorus, north of Constantinople, and opposite of such a fort, lying on the other side of the strait. With both those castles, we will control the flow of ships into the narrow sound, nullifying much of the Byzantine naval support while enacting a toll. The fort's name shall be this. The fortress shall receive the name such and such, or a straight cutter. Yeah, okay. Grab that. Which forces to take a loan, which is fine. Financial scientist just died. That's a shame. Oh, we can put the guy we just fired back in the pool. That's good to see. So claim the attack guarantee. We're going to offer some military access. Oh, almost there. As far as almost there to diplo-vassalizing. We're going to have to annex these two, but they're at this point going to be completely surrounded with our subjects, so no one can stop us from doing that once their treaties wear off. Albania is guaranteed by Venice, which Venice War would be annoying. Maybe we'll do it after the Byzantine one, and we'll look at how our rest expansion is looking. Cycle 1 month. Get offer vassalization here. Quite there with the Liberty Desire. Them, we have a royal marriage, which isn't super ideal from a making them islet standpoint, but we'll make them islet anyway. Okay, so I think we're in a good position to mobilize the army, navy, and the forts to start our shindig with the Byzantines. Turn the speed down to 4 instead of running at max speed. And yeah, we have cores on the Albanians, so we probably do want to just annex the Albanians when we come for them. So they're guaranteed by them. And apparently Ragusa has decided to start conquering stuff, so they're going to be a little bit hard to diplo-vassalize. Which was my original plan with allying them. Okay, one more month before guys are mobilized? Yeah, about one more month. There we go. And obviously, we're here for Constantinople. I could call Circassa in as a secondary. But I'm not... I think I'm not going to. We'll let them be in, but we're not going to take much from them. We'll probably just take more operations from them. Actually, let's make sure you have the better commander for the actual fight. It is believed the mighty Theodosian walls can withstand any assault. That may be true. What they certainly cannot stand is the massive cannonballs cast by the cannons constructed with Urban's help. Yep. Theodosian walls have been pierced. And the Romulan castle is finished, giving Constantinople even more local defensive malice, just in time for the siege to start proper. And we stack wipe the army. So with that, everything, I'm going to go across. So that you are going to go there, take control of the siege. Conversely, we're going to leave the cannon behind, and you're going to go join up, well, get back into protecting zone. And this army will go off and deal with down there. Okay. Suppose I can actually go there for the moment. This guy can get loose. Constantinople is fallen real quickly. And that's overrun, that's overrun. Nice, good, successful, and quick. Fall of Constantinople. City's will desires have been taken is now firmly in the grasp. Despite this, the Pelagios still continue to fight and resist in Moria, their other dominion. However, ruled by greedy and envious brothers, might have a chance of breaking through their will by promises and simple intimidation. And it annihilate all remnants of Byzantium, in which case I get 10 siege. Or I can demand their surrender. Byzantium, changes in Moria, blah 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 blah. I haven't played the Ottomans since this event's been added. Don't necessarily know how it interacts with things. Saying just white peace and the liberty desire down. They're not my subjects, so don't think I get anything doing that. So let's just go with we will annihilate remnants of Byzantium. Because honestly, that's probably what we're going to do. So, if we can, we want to just straight up annex the Byzantines, demand their full annexation. That'll make Athens our subject, because we're annexing them. Brings us up to 38. Aggressive expansion. And if we have everything occupied, then we can also demand their treasury. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I think we can handle that. So needless to say, we need to get Athens occupied. And I need to get Syracuse out of the war. So apparently that's not going to be too hard, because the Crimeans decided me being at war with Syracuse was a good excuse for them to hop on the bandwagon. The good old war bandwagon. Islet, almost there. Probably able to do them post-war. Will you give me military access? Yes. Okay. Same with you? Yes. Okay, they're not willing to negotiate because we don't have 100%. But if we get Syracuse out of the war, they will. If we can, we probably want to get war operations on Syracuse. We'll see how much Crimea takes in their war. Serbia has the gall to claim things as their own. It's meanies. And I say that jokingly because we're also the meanies. Venice has apparently decided this is the appropriate time to jump on the Byzantines, except they're a little late because we've already got the siege. Siege is down. Just a little late. We'll probably swamp from mysticism over to legalism when our monarch dies. Till then, we are mysticism through and through. Great. Well, we're not occupying all their territory, not giving us the war score we need to do a separate piece. Yeah, looks like it. We're just gonna go with war operations. This would take me into war with Crimea, and I don't want that, so we're just going to do war operations. And that treaty... Sure. Now we have the 100% war. Score. In 11 days we can enforce it. Yep, that's what we're gonna have. And play the card. So aggressive expansion in Europe is a little high. I say that. It's not that bad. Could probably actually go after the Albanians. Great Galatia? Ah, okay. Genoese colony is Galatia. Owned by Byzantium, okay. So we don't take the malice anyway because we're not that person. So that would just be denying the Genoese their bonus, which we might as well do. And for the free core, we can move the capital to Constantine, so we'll do that. That allows us to complete the Fleeting World's Desire, getting us +1/+1 in Constantine as well. And apparently we've reigned in Greece. Every owned Greek province loses 100% local autonomy and 20 years of septism. In theory, now we're looking to push northeast. Yay! Make those cores, please. Oh, and we conquered the Belgics. So we get our 100 admin power. We can hold a little bit off on that so we don't lose our... Well, these are permanent claims, so why not? Take it. So our claims are spreading. Our goals and ambitions are getting more and more and more grand. Constantine just got downgraded, so we'll upgrade it back again. Increase your trade value. Yeah, in theory, not quite there with you, but we're probably there with Epirus. Oh, not, well, we just get a bunch of aggressive expansion, so that should fix itself over the short run. Relations with you. Yeah, so we'll probably go, next war will probably be against Albania. Get our cores back there. I suppose for the moment, we don't really have any rest bombs, so we can mothball the forts. Save some money on that option. Can put the fleet in port and mothball you. Actually, no. Let's get it repaired first, and then we can drop maintenance. Okay, our army's in our own territory. The Janissaries would be happier if we started to utilize them more. Though the Janissaries are perfectly happy, so we're not in a rush for that. Yeah, okay. What I'm thinking about, I think it's time to basically mothball the army. Save money. We got things we want at this point to build and such. Right. This is a great place for mosque, great place for the marketplace, etc., etc., etc. While we wait for our aggressive convention to burn down a little bit before we go to war in Albania. Become an island. There we go. You're gonna need a little bit more, but that'll happen. We want one vassal. Right now, I think Ramazan is probably the best choice. I've done it in the past where I think I've had the knights. Is the one vassal just for the lulz. Yeah, I don't think it's worth delaying to get Renaissance. It's coming, but we're not going to wait long enough to avoid the penalty here. Expected 16 years? Yeah, no. Take the tech. So we'll probably do it before the next one, because it's expected to be in the capital in 16. We can probably dump some more power into the capital to accelerate that a little bit. Yeah, take our infantry upgrades. That will help, in theory, a little bit with double vassalizing, because we're just going to be scarier. Maybe. Yep, we're there. Okay, let's acquire a new subject just by the power of diplomacy. Demands from Genoa. The emissary has appeared in our court. They're asking for exclusive trading privileges through the Bosphorus. They claim that this is their right and that we will prosper from this proposal. So this is an outrage, which I could take to get claims on some of their stuff. Or this might be an opportunity. Small increase in Genoese power, and they like me a little bit more. Yeah, we don't like the Genoese that much. Let's consult them though. Italian ambitions on Mehmed. Italian ambitions of Mehmed. So we got claims on Salerno over there. Just a claim, 50 military power, and some prestige. We're probably not going to follow up on that. Saying we're probably not going to follow up on that, and I'm thinking about following up on it anyway. Maybe. Let's, how's that war going? Badly, but not too badly. What type of war is that? Is that the Reconquesta of Messia? Neapolitano request to Messia. Okay. So that's not a war where if I come in, that the Naples will cease to exist. Well, become a subject in the middle of the war. Okay. So that's a little bit more tempting to get involved in because of that. I may wait until our cores are done. Then we'll do it. See how the war's still going at that point. .4, so every 2.5 months is 1. So in 250 months, or about 20 years, this building pays itself back. So we'll take it. And we'll cycle a little bit, give it a little bit more time, and then we'll probably put the part break in And then we might go for a Naples. Well, not for the whole Naples. We'll probably go for the one province in Naples. Take Salerno. We'll have to walk around. I don't think we're going to naval land. But they're only got allies of Florence and Ragusa. Ragusa is protected by us, in theory, as their independence guaranteed by us. But what I actually want to do on them is make them give their territories back to... Okay. So the person we were trying to diplo annex is on the other side of the war. Okay. It's annoying. Annoying when that happens. Conquest of Melania. Okay. It's gonna take us a while to mobilize, but this isn't a problem. It's not a problem at all, it's just a little annoying, screwing up the plans. Screwing up the grand plans, but that's Europa Universalis most days, so... yeah, we'll take that. So here we got a couple different options we can go with. We go Influence for Liberty Desire of Subjects. I think this also combos with Administrative, right? So there's the diplomatic cost. So I think the diplomatic cost is pretty low as well. So 15% plus another 15%, plus diplo annexing islets being cheaper anyway, and you can get real cheap diplo annexations. So I think that's actually what we're going to do. We're probably going to influence here. Because I'm not too worried about falling behind in Diplotech. And then we'll take the better income from the vessels right away. Help us be economically sound. Okay, we need to keep one subject as a non-islet, so we can keep our strong duchies. Oh, I don't need... Well, I can't get rid of it right now because we're... Okay, never mind. Don't need the military access, but... Oh, we're stuck with it. Okay, well, apparently I don't need that many for that situation. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this a quick war, so we can get back to the western coast, deal with Albania, and Salerno, Naples. I don't want to siege the fort down, so we're not going to. Someone else is going to siege him, we're going to let the other guy siege him. Okay, that might make the war take longer, but that's fine. We'll siege this one down because we've got cannons in position. And then repaying the loan-wise, pay the cheaper one off for the moment. As tempting as it would be to continue to build up Constantine a little bit more. Because it is a nice big city. Nice big city. Control at least 5 provinces level 2 or higher centers of trade. We got 4... Do we have any that we could upgrade? 1, 2, 3. If we had 200, we might be able to do that natural harbor, which would be a 5th one. Yeah. What are we missing on that one? I think the 200 money is all we're missing. Okay. Oh, probably also missing like 1 development. It's easy enough to fix. That's the case. Fate of the Patriarch. So, I got two choices here. Get money and base tax or base manpower. Oh, and then the reward for the next mission is 222 development or a tolerance of heathens for a period of time. No, I want the development. Development in the long run I think is going to be better, so we're going to go with the bottom one. Which is complete 2 agendas for the Ulma, and have 4 privileges granted to complete Fate of the Patriarch. I think technically the first one is the historic choice, which maybe why it's a little bit weird. Yeah. But yeah, they close on the Patriarch. It's gonna potentially give us a net 9 versus 2. If this gave us some development, I'd probably go with it, but this one's giving extra development if we can complete the close it down component. Yeah, siege of that place is done. So we'll get back to our own territory. Yeah, Crimea pieces out with them. Which technically means we can then go shove our diplomat back in there. Get back on the route of getting them to be our subject. I don't need... well, I may need it later, but for the moment we don't need it. Cancel military access with Trebizond, and... Georgia. The Georgia that's not in the United States. Alright, pay off the other loan, which I will do. Let's pay the last loan off. Then when we save up to 200, we'll upgrade this port, which will give us 2 of our Age of Discovery abilities here. It probably doesn't mean more, because the war is going to be Albania and not Venice, but that's fine. And here, well, offer military access. Get us 3 short, which means a couple more month ticks, and we'll be able to just diplo-vassalize them. Oh, they need to be at peace, but they'll be at peace. When the Great Horde soon with them. Without the Great Horde, we'll vassalize them. Okay, we got victory. We're in a state where we can seize more land. Not quite. Almost. I'm gonna swap, instead of having this one be the vassal, I'm gonna make the newest vassal be it, and we're gonna make this one islet. Okay, what's the state? Aragon Navarre still at that war. Still got the same... pretty much the same ally stack. In this case, it's now down to Ragusa and Ragusa alone. Which, because Ragusa grew, we do kind of want to actually pick on Ragusa a little bit. I want to kick them down to one state. One territory again. Oh, I'm looking at the time. I should put the part break in. So, with the end of that war, this is a good place to put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow, because I'm going to record another part today. So it will go up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. After a short break, we'll pick up recording where we left off. Probably moving after Naples. We'll see if we can get military access into Naples to... I think literally we're only going to take Salento. I think we're just going to take the one we have the claim on. So we have a port across the way for future naval invasions. And to pick a little bit on Ragusa. In fact, I may be literally exclusively using this as an excuse to get to war with Ragusa so we get them to give the territory back. No, we'll kick out Herzegovina instead of giving it back to Bosnia. And then one province of Ragusa should be small enough we can diplo-vassalize. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing for a bit. So we're going to diplo-vassalize, we're going to do that next bit. After that war, we'll probably be dealing with Albania. After Albania is dealt with, we're going to hopefully have the treaties done with these two, so we'll get rid of these two. And then we'll be looking forward to eastward expansion, like taking on Trebizond and such. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part, and bye for now.